My name is Sarah Hayden, and my garment was a purple twill puffer coat from H&M.
My name is Tori Pina, and my garment was a denim jacket from A. Goldie.
My name is Carrie Sango, and my jacket was a woven blazer from Banana Republic.
My name is Heidi Hansbarger, and my jacket was a faux leather jacket from the brand Anna Anu Approach. Mine was the only one that was made out of faux leather, and it had the most pieces out of all the garments. It had 38 pieces total.
So my jacket only had 8 pieces, which means I had the least out of our group, and the shaping technique that my garment used was to create fullness, and it was shearing.
And my jacket was in between, and it had 17 pieces total for a more fitted look with the extra panels that were included in the jacket.
Sarah's mine only had 9, so it was not that many pieces to make. For like the garment quality perspective, I think that like Banana being known for kind of like being more on the luxury side and like higher end, the pieces are definitely more pricey, and so I feel like my quality was really good. Great materials I've been chosen to use, and just the overall fit and cut and how it was made was really meticulously, and I feel like that represents the brand a lot.
I think the quality of all of our garments kind of was what we expected for their price point.
And then since H&M was a little bit of a lower quality brand, their quality wasn't as great as probably everybody else's, but given how fairly inexpensive it was, I did feel like it was, worth the price and the quality.
Right, and the price part of my jacket was more on the expensive side, so it was definitely reflected in the quality and the appearance of the jacket. I feel that with our category that we picked, all of our expectations were pretty high, because with jackets they have to meet a certain level of expectations and performance with them.
Yeah, performance is definitely very important to a jacket, because when you're purchasing a jacket, you're getting it because you want it to provide some level of warmth. So that is one of the elements of quality that was very essential when you're looking at jackets. And
yeah, for like tops, it would be a different like kind of level of performance that we would need from our jackets. But even though our jackets are all different, like we had a winter coat, a jean jacket, and I had a blazer, they all kind of had like the baseline performance of what the jacket needed to do for you.
And I think since jackets are a little bit more difficult to construct, I think that played a role in it as well.
so one of the most common areas of quality across all of our brands was definitely performance. We all found that our jackets performed well.
Say for the most part, we all agreed with what our consumers said about the brands. I mean, H&M itself is a little bit more fairly inexpensive, so you can't expect, super great quality like you might get from Tori's brand. But I feel like we all kind of, had that same opinion.
Yeah, and I feel like with both of ours, the price was way higher than Sarah's and Heidi's, so we kind of were expecting the garments to be of a more higher quality because of that price point.
Yeah, I think also the consumers actually expect that. If you're paying, $200, $300 for a jacket, you are going to want it to be really good quality, really durable, and like have amazing performance, and you need to do everything so you're getting your money's worth.
So Anna Anu Approach is a private label of JCPenney, and since they are of a bit of a lower price point, they're definitely focusing on promoting their aesthetics and how the garments look when they're worn, and a lot of the reviews, I feel we're pleased with that aspect of how the garments look when worn.
With my brand, I feel like A. Goldie had a lot of information about the materials and the quality that they use for their garments, and I think that out of all of our brands, it might have had the most information about the transparency and the fabrics that they use for their brands, and like what other like sustainability things that they do with their brand. And their quality standards definitely reflect that and align with the consumer's expectation on their products.
Yeah, so I feel like with Banana, it's always been kind of like a conscious luxury brand, and they've always wanted their quality to kind of reflect that. And in their statements, they are transitioning to being super like clean with their materials that they use, and just everything surrounding sustainability. So I feel like they're working towards that, and a lot about that is on their website, so they do have a good representation of that.
So JCPenney did not have a general quality statement on their website. However, they heavily are promoting the aesthetics of the garments and how they look when they're worn. And that is something that customers seem to be happy with the quality of their garments when they reviewed them.
So I don't think that H&M's quality is as great as their statements say. Many of their customers came and said that like they came with either holes or tears already, which isn't really, what their quality statement obviously says. So that was a little bit not super transparent, but they were very transparent about the productions and sourcing factories that they use. So they had over a list of over 1,000 different factories that they had available for you to look at on their website to make sure that they were following those guidelines and everything like that.
JCPenney was actually one of the less transparent about their production sources. They did not list any of their factories or locations on their website. In order to try and find those at all, I had to kind of look around separately on their company blog. And it would be much easier for people who want to look into the practices of a brand if they have that stated.
When it came to fact checking for my brand Goldie, I had a hard time finding the information that was confirmed on their website with WikiRights or any of the other information sources that were given through the project. So I had to look at a lot of scholarly articles, and I used the Business of Fashion, which really gave me a great insight and kind of confirmed what they were saying on their transparency, and it confirmed all of that.
So I used WikiRights and Forbes to fact check my information, and they did share some information that H&M didn't share. Like they were known for having a little bit of a non-livable wage and things like that.
So outside of the Gap East website, it provided a lot of information from the design to the manufacturing, so you're going to the consumer. There was a lot of information done from case studies. They were very in-depth, and there's a lot of information provided from what countries they use to manufacture, where they're getting their materials from, and all the wages that were given to the people working at the facility. So I feel like they did provide a lot of information, but there was not that many websites that I thought were super credible. It was kind of a lot more opinion-based and not super factual, but I think kind of a lot of nets and things like that that I could, cite as being credible.
I was able to use WikiRights to fact check. However, the most recent information regarding any sort of sustainability and working conditions was from some specific categories from the Fashion Transparency Index. However, it was from 2020. As consumers, in the future, we have really realized the importance of evaluating the quality of an item before you purchase it, and hearing what other customers who purchased the item, what their experiences with it were with regards to its quality.
And bouncing off of what Heidi said, I definitely agree that as consumers, I feel like people don't really look into the company and try to get facts behind what they're putting into their clothing and what chemicals they're using. So it's definitely super important that as consumers we research this before just going to buy something.
Yeah, I think that this product really helped us kind of have an open mind and be open-minded to the whole process from design to being in our faces as purchasers. So I think it was really eye-opening to see the quality and the time that brands do take to give us the products, and you can see the brands are taking time to make sure that we have good quality products and all the sustainable things are met.
That also helps us as future professionals, just knowing that we need to research and fact check and then verify both of those sides to see if either of them are even true before we believe anything or take action to any of those things that were said.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people and companies during this time, they do say things that aren't true, so it's really important to look into that to make sure what they're saying is true, because a lot of these companies are really deceivable and people just believe whatever they see.
And as future professionals, it's important for wherever we're working to make sure that that company is abiding by the practices that they are saying that they are.
I think for me, when I go into my future career, making sure consumers, they're the first priority, and just feeling our needs and our voices are being heard, because like at Banana, they had reviews about some pants, and like there were a lot of like, oh, I did not like it, the cloth is too small and this and that, and so they actually, listened to the people, and they made different kinds of the Salone pants.